Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about MathML. First of all, the introduction. In today's digital era, learning no longer happens only in classroom. Many students, teachers, and professionals rely on websites and apps to study and share mathematical ideas. However, showing math on the internet has always been a challenge. Mathematics use a large variety of symbols, equations, and structures that are not easy to display with a simple text, for example. In the past, the solution was to use images of math formulas, but it was a bad idea for some reasons. The first is that image cannot be understood by screen readers, which blind or visually impaired user depends on. Another reason is that images do not resize well on different devices, such as phone, tables, or large screens. An image is a static, and so you cannot copy, edit, or search for the math inside it. To solve this problem, the World Wide Web Consortium developed MathML in 1998. This technology made it possible to represent mathematics online as a real, structured text rather than picture. What is MathML? MathML is a system created with XML, a language also used in many web technologies. What makes MathML powerful is that it describes math in two important ways. On the hand, it's understandable to humans, and on the other hand, is processable by computer, so software can read, display, and even manipulate the formulas. Thanks to this, MathML helps in several ways, such as a web browser can display math equations correctly, educational tools or math editors can interpret it and work with formulas. And very importantly, math can be copied, searched, and even edited, used like a normal text. So instead of being trapped inside an image, math becomes a flexible and digital element. Why is MathML important? MathML plays a key role in making online math more accessible, interactive, and useful. Let me explain this. The accessibility. Millions of people with visual impairments use screen readers. If an equation is used a picture, it's useless to them. But when it's written in MathML, the formula is a structured text, so a screen can read it aloud or even translate it to Braille. This makes math inclusive. Integration with web design. MathML also works together with HTML and CSS. This means that formulas can be styled used like a text, changing color, size, or font, and they fit perfectly into paragraphs whether we see them on a phone or on a computer. Machine readability. Because MathML is structured text, computers can actually understand it. This opens up many possibilities, like learning apps can check a student answer automatically, software can turn formulas into speech, and scientific programs can even perform operation directly on MathML expression.
Hi, I'm Jorge García and I'm going to talk about the structure and what is MathML. What is MathML? First of all, this is a markup language based on HTML, designed to represent mathematical notation on the web, capturing both the presentation and semantics, or the meaning, of mathematical expressions. MathML can be embedded in HTML documents, often using HTML namespaces or using other HTML-based document formats. How MathML is built. MathML is written using HTML trees, where each mathematical symbol or operator is a node. This structure lets computer parse and interpret math expression easily. Each tag defines a specific role, for example, marks operators, and usually applies correct spacing. Because MathML is plain text, it can be generated, edited, or converted by other tools. How MathML works on the web. Web browsers read MathML through their reading engines, which convert the markup into graphical symbols. When a browser doesn't support MathML natively, JavaScript libraries like MathJax or Catex render it visually. Screen readers can use the semantic part of MathML to read formulas aloud correctly. Search engines and databases can index MathML formulas, allowing advanced math search. MathML as HTML syntax rules. Because MathML is built on HTML, it inherits general XML rules, but also adds its own constraints. These are some key points of this part. For example, every start tag must have a closing tag unless it is an empty element from empty. Attributes have values in quotes, single or double, and MathML elements are also accepted common HTML attributes like ID, class, style, and linking attributes. There are two main types. The first one is PresentationMathML that focuses on how the formula looks. There are some common elements like variable, number, or operator. And the second one is ContentMathML that focuses on what the math means. For example, use elements like apply, plus, times, power, ci, or cn. And for the last, we have attributes and styling. MathML use attributes like math color and math size, and can also use CSS for style. My style change appearances for a whole section, and the Unix follows strict XML syntax.
My part is use and applications. Where it is used, educational and scientific website. MathML is used to display mathematical formulas and expressions in a clear and structured way, making them easier to read and understand for students and research. Online learning platforms such as Moodle and other LMS tools integrate MathML to include interactive mathematical content in lessons, quizzes, and study materials. Digital academic publications, journals, and scientific repositories. Is where accurate representation of equations and symbols in the equations is more easy. Modern web browsers. Some browsers like Firefox, maybe, support MathML, while others, such as Chrome, may require external library like MathJax for proper rendering. Main advantage, the accessibility. MathML is designed to be readable by screen readers, allowing people with visual impairments to access mathematical content without barriers. Software. MathML is interpreted by mathematical software and tools, such as computer algebra system, word processors, or computing platforms. Web standard support is integrated seamlessly with HTML5, CSS, and SVG, allowing the creation of complete web with well-structured and visually compelling mathematical concepts. Open standard. The language of XML is MathML platform independent and ensures long-term to usability across different systems. The example of the applications. For example, LMS is Learning Management System. MathML is integrated into learning platforms to include math expression in lessons, quizzes, and assignments. Example, the more easy is Moodle. Teachers can insert MathML in equation, in quiz, and course. Mathematical and word processors. Is easy. MathML is a standard format for storing and exchanging mathematical formulas. For example, MathType can import and export equations in MathML. Another, educational applications, apps and online tools for learning mathematical use MathML to render formulas correctly across platforms. The most popular, GeoGebra, export content in HTML with MathML support. And this is the bibliography. These are the websites where I have found information. 3 webs.